Hey there guys, welcome to another video. This race I came second with using this, the Epson Honda NSX, a livery that I got online from another creator, and just tweaked it a little bit, put a little bit more red on the car, and obviously added the PSR for PlayStation Racer, of which I am a part, the PSR community. So this is going to be the race from the driver's point of view in the car. So you're starting number 20 on the grid as usual. It is a weekly race. This is 10 laps. A really cool car this, and yeah, I think I did pretty well. But without further ado, let's get racing. Now, I did do this race with the Aston Martin, not the Aston Martin, the Lexus, and I wasn't able to get anywhere further than 8th position. So I bought this car and tweaked it a little bit. So I have played a little bit with down the inside of the Aston Martin. Played a little bit with the heel and toe and camber angles to try and get the car a little bit more towards my liking, and I seem to have got a decent mix for the car. I also bought the customizable gearbox and changed the gears up a little bit. What I normally do with that is I leave it kind of standard as it is, but then from gears 1 to 5 I just make those each a little bit taller, leaving the 6th gear as a standard, so they are a little bit closer together, all of the gears. Not very much, but I find for me it does make a difference. But as you can see, the Genesis ahead, really fast car, that keeping up quite easily. Bishop in the Ferrari, and now Wayne Schneider did this race as well in the Ferrari, the 458 Group 4, which is ahead of us, this red one, and man, he made this look so easy. He won it with miles and miles of space to spare. So I was hoping to do that as well. I have been watching his race lines, and I don't really get anywhere close to them, but I am starting to use the track a little bit better. Also, if you watch my braking angles, my braking points and acceleration points, I'm not really slamming on the anchors and slamming the accelerator down. You'll find that you'll see on this straight here, I will lift off the accelerator, let the car coast a bit, and then gently apply the brakes. It's not really a big push on the brakes. And then what I'm trying to do as well is ease the accelerator down a little bit more instead of just slamming it down. It makes it a little bit easier for to feel when the car is going to slide out if you ease it on instead of just stomping on it like a caveman, like I normally do. But up to position number 17, fighting with Kato at the moment in the Audi. Number 15 up ahead of us, McEwen. I had a big battle with him in the Lexus. The two cars seem to be quite closely matched, but I ended up beating him with the Lexus because of a pit stop that he needed to take. So seeming to easily keep up with him in the NSX so far. We go down the hill, you can see how off the accelerator, let the car coast a bit, and I'm trying to coast the car through the bends a lot more too. That obviously saves a lot of fuel, and ultimately I think it saved me from having to do a second pit stop here. So the longer you're off the accelerator, the less fuel you're using. So you can see there just a complete coast around the corner there, and if you do that every lap, that definitely saves you a lot of fuel. So ultimately I ended up doing a one-stopper on this race instead of a two-stopper, and I think that is probably where I made up all the time. But getting out of the last turn, coming down the start-finish straight, also Oh, I went a bit too late on the brakes there. I'm getting the car too wide. But like I was saying, that last corner, if you can start accelerating about halfway through that corner, you've already got quite a lot of momentum as you get onto the straight, which is why I've quite easily been able to catch up to Tap Eye ahead of us here, the yellow Mustang. You can see they're totally off the power, just rolling the car around and saving fuel, easily keeping up with the cars in front. So you don't have to be on the power all the time, but off the accelerator at the first arrow there, onto the brakes at the second arrow, and then gear down to first. And once you've got the car pointed in the right direction, it's just hammer down. The difficult thing is each car is different. So my problem is I like switching around quite a lot. I'll drive this car for a while, then switch to something else, and then switch to something else after that. So I don't really ever get to specialize in any one car. See, they're out on the accelerator really early in the bend. Not full way down though, just partially down, maintaining the speed and gradually pushing it down through the corner. And that gives you immense speed on that straight once you get onto it. In position number 9. Rolling the corners and still catching up. And that is what Ernie Ball was telling me. Ernie Ball was a racer in real life. He told me I overdrive the car, so hopefully I'm getting things a little bit better or closer to a real life kind of racing experience. On the brakes. Still got that one a little bit late, but nonetheless still early onto the power, and we're leaving the other cars behind and catching up with Hayward in the Lamborghini. Oh, Hayward sliding the back end out a little on that blue Lamborghini. On the power, we're powering all the way through this bend, so we got the benefit of the quicker exit, and we've got the slipstream too, and we just slingshot past into position number 5. And then obviously I've been watching Wayne Schneider, and went a little bit too hot into that corner, clipped the Mazda. He's been forced wide. Hayward gets past. Hazal keeps his position. Still on the track, but I went too wide there. And in the rear view mirror, I see that Lamborghini spinning around. Definitely a fault of mine from there. Didn't leave enough space. I was going too fast. Wanted to keep that position. Couldn't turn tight enough because the car was drifting out wide, and the Lamborghini forced to put 2 tires on the grass, and then round and round he goes. No contact though. It was just purely that this is that's better. Left him enough space, got around on the inside and in front of him, and then move out wide when you got the space to do it. So I think I'm racing better. I'm just a bit too close through that corner. too much tyre on the green bits. Means got the car into a slide, but held it quite nicely. Very, very nearly spun it out. Coasting the corner, saving the fuel. And whoa, that'd be a big cut of the corner. All right, we lost a lot of time there hitting the barrier on the way into the pits. Got that a little bit wrong, wasn't paying attention and realized almost too late that I needed to go into the pits. Cut across the pit line. I would have got a major penalty there had it been a real race. But anyway, just switched the new tyres, got a fresh set of mediums on, and we're going to fill the tank all the way up. Saved enough fuel to race with the mediums and do a one-stopper. Right, so we come out in between the Suzuki behind us and the Ferrari ahead. You'll see as we get closer to the Ferrari what position we are in. I haven't got the list up on the left hand side of the screen because I wanted to see the rear view mirror in the video. So right, so Bishop's ahead of us in position number 12. We're in 13th at the moment, halfway through the race. Only a couple of people have pitted, us being one of them. The BMW M3, the other one of Lopez, being the other one that's been in. There's the only two I've noticed that have gone in. Good speed past the Ferrari, keeping it wide through the apex here and powering down, using the width of the track for the acceleration. But as you can see, cloud cover coming in, and we did get a little bit of a drop in temperature because I could feel the car sliding around. It wasn't just a case of a new set of fresh cold tires. The track itself was, track conditions itself coming into play here. Nonetheless, the main goal just to stay on the track, no spinning it out. Even if you're going a bit slower and keeping it on the track, you'll lose a lot less time than you would if you were pushing it and kept on going off. And like that, a slight push too hard and got it back on the track. The yellow Subaru just about getting into the back of us there. Had that been a race for real, I would probably have stayed off the track until all the traffic had passed, but obviously racing against AI, you tend to be a little bit more lenient with yourself. I'm just finding that it's pointless being on the power in these turns because it's not going to make you any faster. If you're understeering out wide and having to slow down towards the end of the turn, so I'd rather coast it and get on the power later on, like Jackie Stewart says, get on the power when you know you don't have to come off it again. Right, so it looks like Hayward has just come out of the pits. in the blue Lamborghini. He's up ahead of us, quite a distance though. You can see the cloud cover. That has definitely cooled the track down. So having to adjust to that. Brake a little bit earlier. Try to roll the car because it was definitely getting a little more slippery out there, and more easy to spin the back end out by getting on the power too hard, too quick. As you can see, they're going wide. And again, getting that one slightly wrong. But because of being a little bit more careful, we're keeping the car on the track. The other car's obviously dealing with the same issues that we are, so it doesn't really affect the distance between the two because they're having to deal with the same issues that we are. Having a look at the speed that we're doing these corners at, it's way slower than what we've done before. So you kind of, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, no, I should be faster than this, and that is when you push it and get yourself all over the place. Let a few people through. You can still see the Lamborghini up ahead. So haven't lost any space. There's the Mazda coming out. Get ahead of him. Two cars up ahead. We know for a fact one is Hayward, blue Lamborghini. Another mistake. See the car sliding out wide. And despite the conditions being less than perfect, although not a lot less than perfect, we are still keeping up and possibly gaining on those guys ahead. Lots of coasting having to happen here. Oh, we've got Hayward going into the pits. There's another car up ahead. Maybe it was a mistake not putting on the driver listing. We'll do that quickly. Right, so we're in second position. This is the final lap of the race. Yamanaka in the Supra in third, Hayward in fourth in the Lamborghini. Oh, off the track. Just coasting it, not getting on the power at all. Just trying to keep the car under control. Those mistakes and our little debacle at the pit lane entry cost us enough time for us not be able to get onto the back of Gallo. Only a few more turns left. We're entering this turn. He's already exiting it. Not much time left, and just too much space in between us for us to close that gap. Here we come onto the start-finish straight. With a little victory wiggle. There we go. The Honda NSX. Position number 2. Gallo in the other NSX in position number 1. There he is. So yeah, not a bad race at all, considering he was behind the wheel. But thanks for watching, guys. Drive safely. Take care. We'll see you on the track.